Hello. Hello, Ben. Thank you. Ah, let's see. Today I am in the business of doing some productive stuff. I got some things I gotta do. Uh, that's what I'm. Um, yeah, that'll be fun. It's gonna be to start making thumbnails. Like that's what we're gonna begin. But I need to get some music. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm kind of getting tired of my game music playlist. Yeah, I've got a few things I need to do. I actually, hmm, hmm. Here we go. This looks good. Ah, oh, right. Go ahead and extend this out. I don't care if you see my taskbar to do. Get Photoshop up. All right. So, this month I'm doing a few different games. I've already made my thumbnail for Sly 3, which is my stream on Wednesday. But I'm also doing a few other things as well. I'm gonna try out playing Shantae Risky's Revenge. I shouldn't look Shantae up on stream, actually. If I go to Google Images, which is what I need to do, we're gonna find some things that are slightly less than appropriate. But yeah, so 2 years ago, I started the year off by playing Shantae Half Genie Hero, which is a game that, in my opinion, is not very good. I gotta say the key art for this game doesn't really inspire a lot in me. Like here, look at this. This is what it is on the PS5? Bruh, for real? That's real lame. That isn't exactly, like, interesting, I would say. Okay, we have to be super fucking careful. Hmm. You know, I did say at one point that, like, oh, if I play a Shantae game, I'll make a Shantae outfit, but I kind of don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna. Simple as. Hmm. See, so we want like, so let's put me in like the appropriate position. Hello, Chance.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Peter. Hey.
I have spawned next to the froggy.
You have.
What are we doing today, boss?
Mostly I'm making thumbnails.
Nice.
I am making a thumbnail for Shantae Risky's Revenge currently.
Ooh. Yeah, that's the one that, like, from what I hear, everyone considers to be the best one, right?
Yeah, I played a dog shit one that I didn't like very much last time I played a Shantae game. But I'm gonna give this series another shot. I'm gonna give it another chance to wow me. Having cute character design sometimes isn't enough, because you know what? I can enjoy those from afar.
Exactly. The game's gotta actually be good. Yeah, that's my favorite girl right there. Shout out to Mariah.
Yeah.
I am also being productive tonight.
This is a win.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on an actual, like, reference sheet for my character.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just sending everyone my PNG, which doesn't even have the sword on the right side.
You ever think, like, a lot of the character designs are really just, like, even just beyond lol they have boobs, like, they're just so fucking incredibly horny.
They are
Like,
kind of horny.
Like, in multiple different aspects. Like, it's like, Jesus, people, how the fuck? How did we get here?
Game developers think cute girls are cute.
And like, shit, I do too. Like, me too, dog. Like, don't get it twisted.
But it's like all of them are like that. For every girl boss in a bikini, you need a girl failure in an oversized hoodie.
True.
I think that's how we
I'm
maintain the balance of the universe.
Here's the problem, though, is that, like, a lot of people don't find those characters inherently unattractive, though. That's the thing. Some people even like them more.
Very true. But, I mean, it keeps the balance of the universe because both parties get the character that they're attracted to.
This is true.
It's just like how we need equal opportunity fan service. For every girl in a bikini, I want a man.
In a bikini.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Why do only girls get to be the cute ones for the beach episode? God, drawing front-facing pupils is like my least favorite thing ever, other than hands. Like, it's so hard to make it look not psychotic.
I should really go and give all my characters, like, the improved blend shapes, because, like, it would be such a benefit, really, to have the ability to, like, pose all of my characters' faces with the same degree of, like,
flexibility?
Yeah, with the same, like, strength that I can with, like, bench model.
Yeah.
So it would be a good idea. I should really just get around to doing it.
Maybe after this one, we are in a productivity stream after all.
I could open up Unity and go in, but that would require me to re-export. That would also make a lot of work for me in the future for every other because the benefit is that I can go straight from Vroid to productivity with, like, not fucking around with them.
Yeah, fair.
Instead of having to bring it into Unity.
Yeah, valid.
I guess that's not that big of a deal, honestly.
But yeah, that can wait another day. That does sound very hassly.
Yeah, I kind of want to overhaul my Unity a little bit in the future. Do I have like a captain's hat or something I could give? Uh-oh, the software's glitching. Anyway.
No.
Just a little.
We require pirate hat for the pirate queen.
Yeah. Where is it? What the fuck? What?
It's so big. Ahoy, ahoy, matey.
Oh, this one's kind of hard to put on. Sure, that works.
It's beautiful. Absolute perf- What logo is that?
I have no idea.
It's like, you know those like dollar store ribbons you buy for like you did a good job?
Hmm?
It's like you took one of those and like slapped a churro on front of it, and you're like, yep, that's our logo. That's our logo, everybody. The churro ribbon.
I'm realizing the types of clothes that these Oh, hi, Bonnie. Oh, Bonnie.
Hello, Bonnie.
Sorry, I hadn't looked at chat in a minute. Hello, good to see you.
Hello.
The body type that I'm working with here for... Uh-oh.
What's the
Weird, okay. For some reason in OBS, all of my, like, Twitch docs just, like, turned completely black for a second. But they're fine
weird.
now, so... okay.
Fascinating.
No big, I guess.
It's no big deal.
Oh wait, this is not an official pose. Whoops.
Whoopsie.
I need like a real. I think Roddy Tops is like one of the cutest fucking characters in recent gaming memory. He's so silly.
She is pretty cute. Tops is very cute, I agree.
Okay, so we have 3 characters posed now.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that like there's not really a lot of great like places to think of. I guess this pirate ship works.
True. Because it is Pirate's Curse, after all.
This is Risky's Revenge, but Risky is a pirate, so...
Oh, right. Right.
It's weird how often pirates appear. Like, it just doesn't seem like that's appropriate, but it is, I guess, so...
I mean, Risky's like the pretty much the main antagonist of the series, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. Too bad she wasn't really that present at all in Half Genie Hero, and that game sucked. I wonder why. Wonder why.
Wonder why?
I wonder why.
I gotcha, so you're playing Risky's Revenge. I thought you were playing Pirate's Curse.
I was kind of up in the air about which one I would play.
Based on my limited knowledge of the series, if you're giving it another shot, Risky's Revenge is probably the better one to like start with, because I think Pirate Curse is like the only one that doesn't have the whole Shantae transforming into animals gimmick. I think. I could be wrong.
I thought that was kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought that that was like a dumb bit, to be honest with you.
The animal transformations?
Yeah, I didn't like it very much, and it's like... You know, I don't like that calzones are stuffed with cheese. Like, you know, it's very, like, you know, fundamental to the series. So it's a little bit like to cry about it, fucking idiot, but like... I guess that works as a...
I do like the sky background. The colors are very nice.
Pixelate everyone a little bit. That works, I guess. I'm okay with that.
Like it. I like the pixelation effect.
I think it works. Because, like, here, this is, like, the key art for the game itself. That's not very compelling. Like...
Yeah, not super exciting.
That's not that cool, to be honest. I don't really get a lot from this. It's just kind of like, whatever. So... Get a transparent image. Of course it's a fucking WebP. Why wouldn't it be a WebP?
Why wouldn't it be? Nothing in this life can ever be easy.
Nope. I don't really like this, actually. I'm not convinced of this.
What's not working for you?
It just kind of feels like everyone's doing whatever. Like, I think that, like, legitimately my characters are just too far divorced from the notion of Shantae to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Such that, like, this just isn't working for me. It's a cute enough image, I guess. Not a complete loss, but it's not something I want.
Okay, I have an idea.
Yeah, what's up?
What if, like, you with your pose was, like, more centered, and then Mariah with the pirate hat thing was, like, kind of, like, looming in the background? Like, oh, it's revenge, she's gonna get ya!
That probably makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know what you do with...
I just don't think we need to
Yeah.
have her there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you, like, center, and then Mariah off in the background be like, oh, I'm gonna get ya. Like, just, like, her face, like, looming in the background.
Tell what I do know about this series. Shantae is a belly dancer. Maybe we'll do that.
Yep.
Do a more, like, evocative pose of that.
So what tunes are you listening to? I'm just listening to my playlist of over 2,000 songs.
Oh. I've just got a playlist, like one of those, like, long music compilation playlists. It's called Chill Video Game Music Part 5. Just because I've kind of gotten annoyed with my YouTube playlist a little bit. Of, like, my YouTube playlist of video game music. Like, it's nice, but it's all, like, also, like, YouTube playlists for music are so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I was, like, skipping so many ads when I used with mine when I did my art stream.
It's not even that, it's just that, like, the playlist system barely fucking works. Like, shit, like, it'll shuffle, right? But then it'll go back into the same, like, 5 songs over and over again. Like, it'll shuffle 5 songs, then loop them. For whatever reason. I don't know why.
Weird, I didn't have that problem. Mine shuffled just fine. I didn't have any repeats.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing I want to try and do this year is make, like, actual playlists instead of just all of the music I like in one playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, sometimes I'll be in a very specific mood, and, like, 3 songs will go by that don't match the mood I'm in, and I have to, like, choose another one to start the whole thing over again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I think investing in making actual playlists would be a very good idea.
Hmm. Hmm.
What if you, like, exported your pose and Mariah poses separately, and then you can size and affect her however you want
Yeah.
in Photoshop? Like as a transparent PNG?
That would probably be more effective, yeah.
No goofy ribbon churro hat. The swirl is lagging behind.
Yeah. Now we're gonna blur this. Well, it still looks like that.
Like a blur, like layer effect that you can apply instead of just the blur blush. It might be a bit more effective. And I remember taking the how to use Photoshop class in semester 1 of college. You could low-key tell the professor did not want to be the one teaching the Photoshop class.
I can't really blame them.
Yeah. one of our classmates had him for like a late night like extra coding class, and they said apparently that he teaches that class like way better than he did the Photoshop one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, POV teacher gets to teach thing that they learned how to teach instead of just being thrown into the Photoshop class. And I wish that was like half a joke, but like, well, I mean, it is a joke, but it's not even like the only one. Like the guy who taught us web development in semester 1, he just straight up was like, "Yeah, I don't have a degree in web development at all. I've never done this like professionally in my life. They just kind of assigned me to this, so I had to teach myself this, so I can teach all of you."
Hey, you gotta appreciate the commitment there.
You gotta appreciate the commitment, especially from him specifically, web development guy, because he was pretty good at teaching it. If he didn't tell us that he'd never done it before until he was assigned to teach the class, I never would have guessed.
Alright, I'm gonna say this is done. This is fine.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I'm glad. I think this one turned out better. Gives a more the game feel, more Shantae Risky's Revenge feel.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That's exported. What were the other ones?
Oh yeah,
Dark Souls 2.
I don't know if you saw, but I think I read somewhere that sometime in February, Adobe is like basically nuking the cloud system, so...
Oh, don't worry. I'll use it.
Because this is a pirated copy of Photoshop.
I had a feeling, I just wanted to make sure.
Don't worry, I've never used it. I can't.
Hell yeah. I love that for us.
Let's see. It's a good, like, Dark Souls 2, like, pose.
Dying. Death. You getting stabbed.
Well, okay, sure, but...
That's all I know about Dark Souls, Pinch. All I know about Dark Souls is the memes about pain and suffering. I know the other thing I know is like there's like a dog with a sword in his mouth in one of them.
Yeah, that's Dark Souls 1. That's Great Grey Wolf Sith.
And then in another one, there's this like power couple of this giant guy with a giant hammer and another guy who like moves really fast.
Okay, so that happens a lot, but I think you're referring to Ornstein and Smo. That is also the first one.
I think I am. And then I know like a little bit of Elden Ring stuff because I watched you play it.
Damn, that was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
That shit's crazy, you know?
Yeah, that was like nearly 2 years ago.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
Like, I've known you nearly 2 years now.
Weird.
Weird.
Right. We're gonna take this image. I don't know what this is.
Okay.
Really.
It looks Dark Souls.
Like, yeah. So we're gonna see what the deal is here. You know what?
You don't actually have to use my idea of pain and suffering. That was
No, I know.
mostly. You can make yourself look much cooler than that.
I mean, so here's the thing, it's between that and, like, this, which is, like, cool in context, but, like, it's this or this, and, like, in context, that's cool, but, like, it's not a particularly evocative cover art.
Not really.
So it's kind of hard to choose what to do with it.
Have you played Dark Souls 2 before?
No. See, that's the...
Oh.
I've played 1,
I was gonna say...
3...
I was gonna suggest you, like, squaring up against your favorite boss, but
Yeah,
if you
I
haven't
don't-
played before, then you don't have a favorite
Yeah, I
boss.
simply don't know yet. A friend of mine told me to, like, avoid it. He was like, dude, it sucks. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll play 1 and 3 then. And I like both those games. But now I need to know.
You simply need to know. You were too curious. But will curiosity kill the cat, or raccoon? Find out today on Pinch Raccoon Z.
I mean, most other people I talk to say they like Dark Souls 2 a lot. So... you know, like, there's a lot of mixed opinion on the game out there that you can listen to or not.
Mm-hmm. You're just never gonna know unless you try yourself.
Yeah. This fucking image is, like, only deciding to be a WebP.
How dare.
So fucking annoying.
So annoying.
Oh, hold on, they posted an Imgur link to it. Hang on. It's just because I'm trying to download it through Reddit. Aha!
Aha! It's funny, I was just thinking to myself, I wonder if the tail has bones that Pinch can move, and then you immediately move it.
Yeah. Usually I just turn on spring bones, because that just basically turns on the gravity for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it usually just puts it into a pretty, Chance says it's good, presumably in regards to Dark Souls 2. So...
I mean, you got a seal of approval from Chams. That's gotta be a good sign.
Right. But yeah, so usually I just turn on the spring bones, and that puts them into a usually pretty appropriate position.
Uh-huh.
But, you know, then sometimes, like, oh, we should account for the floor being here. Like, no. Hello, Isaac. Yeah, I'm playing Kool-Aid against the wall. Yeah, on what day was it? I put it in my server. Click on, let me check.
I think
On
Thursday?
Friday,
Friday.
I'll be starting Dark Souls 2. Pretty excited for that. I got my physical copy of it in mail. I've had Dark Souls on the mind lately. I've been playing Dark Souls Remastered on my Xbox when I've just been in bed. Yeah. So this is how it ends. What do you mean? So happy for what is? You seem like I'm gonna die. Like, the fuck?
Isaac, it's just Pinch gonna die. I mean, you are gonna die, like, in-game. It's Dark Souls,
Yeah.
but if you die in the game, do you die in real life?
Presumably not. Nobody leaves DS2 unscathed. Yeah, and I'm playing Scholar Edition, which means that I have the DLC to play, which I will be playing, because... Now, if you know anything about how I play Souls-likes, it's every single boss has to die. I don't leave any untouched. Or at least
They are in this.
without an attempt. Sekiro was an exception. Mostly just because it came down to, like, I don't want to fucking grind over and over again. Anyway. You'll be so fundamentally altered that we become your rebirth. I don't know about that. I think that's a little dramatic. Maybe.
I think you're projecting a little bit, lovingly.
Let's... Oh, I forgot to get that stupid demon. Yeah. Present man for the OG sucks balls. Oh, okay. I guess good to know. I just realized I forgot all the arrows that are sticking out of this dude.
True.
I gotta shoot myself like 100 times.
Alright, I got the crossbow loaded. Ready, Pinch?
If it must be done.
For the sake of art.
We could do
Pew.
this. We could do this
Pew.
with props. Ow! Oh.
Pew. Pew.
Did we not have a fucking arrow prop in VR Imposer? Come on. Looks the other person is kind of a flavor swap of the original. I don't mind either. Okay. But yeah, so I can't wait to go through Reindeer Fuckland. That's gonna be awesome. Fight those two twin tigers that suck ass. Like, there's really a lot of things that I'm not really looking forward to. Because what I do know about Dark Souls 2 is that it is more bloated than Dark Souls 1 in a lot of ways. There's less that's there's a lot that's good, but there's also, in the same way, there's a lot that's bad. So you'll be spending a lot of time playing bad stuff in the same way you'll be spending a lot of time playing good stuff. To my knowledge. So... And hey, I could be wrong. I could be proven wrong. Do I have to go download an
never
arrow?
know.
I was supposed to see a VR Imposer finally. I bought it for around over the chance to just no 3D model. Oh, yeah, no, it's fun. Legitimately, not even if you're a VTuber, I would recommend the software, because it comes with, like, a couple base models, like this, for example. And it's really, really good. And even if you get VRM and just make, like, a doll, basically, it's really, really good posing reference. Like, you know those, like, little, like, wood dolls that you can, like, mangle around a little bit to be the pose you want? It's like that for $5 on Steam and digital. And you can export images of it. Like, it's really, really strong as a art reference tool. So, like, I would recommend it to a lot of people, because even if it, like, people who want to buy commissions, people who want to make art, like, there's so many ways that you can demonstrate a pose using this, or a lot of other things as well. Like, maybe, you know, maybe you do get into making V-Roid models and whatnot. Like, yeah, like, it could be... There's a lot that is beneficial to this program, which I think that a lot of people should entertain looking into, if nothing else.
I've been thinking about, like, getting it just to mess around with the one that Buffy made me.
Yeah, do it.
Also, low-key, I have thought about, it's like, man, making memes would be so much faster if I
Right?
could just pose it all.
Like, you know that I recently did a traditional piece that was like some Castlevania fan art, and I laid that out in VRM Poser. Like, I made the scene and everything, and then kind of like did some of the visual effects that I wanted with the camera, and then took a picture of it, and then drew my characters on top of it. Like, it was very, very helpful to that process. Like, making a compelling composition would have been significantly harder were I just trying to brain to page it, as opposed to brain software reference from software to page. It's a lot easier that way. Or at least for me it is. There's a lot I would recommend about this program. Additionally, now you can do like animated pose loops, which is cool because that means that like you can animate a lot easier in it. And of course, you know, I will probably continue to do it the hard way because I like that. But I'm definitely gonna look into how to do it the new way that has been implemented, or at least do parts of it that way. So very, 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 very exciting. Yeah, stop thinking your imagination is accurate and follow reference. Yeah, no. One of the best pieces of art advice I ever got was do not draw what you think you see, draw what you see. Like, do not use your brain, use your eyes. And that has honestly helped my journey a lot. Just like a ton from just kind of internalizing that you can't trust yourself exclusively. You know, use your imagination for certain things like composition and art and, you know, artistic license and whatnot, but you can't trust it for everything, like proportions, for example. And of course, you know, there's exceptions to every rule in art. That's how it works. That's why art is subjective. That's why it's hard to talk about it. That's why that art is more than one different painting. Anyway, but yeah, no, I would recommend the program a lot to like anyone and everyone. Like there's so many myriad uses for it that you could figure out feasibly. That like, yeah, no, it's great. Like there's I know of a music artist named English, who she uses Viroid models for various things, and just like uses those models to kind of like demonstrate her little character or whatever. Like she's like kind of a VTuber, but not really. And it's like there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. Like even just outside of the VTubing sphere. Like this isn't a VTuber app. This is a people who use Viroid app. Which it would, you know, Viroid should, in my opinion, be a lot more widespread of knowledge. Because while limited in some ways, and you know, it has a certain stigma about it, like there's a lot of benefit to using Viroid. Like it is very, very powerful software for like enabling creation. And you know, even because a lot of the time, like people want in a lot of their software, they want something that's going to be kind of just enabling them to do the thing in full. And that's just not how art works. Like just straight up. Like you will never have something that you will do it in one program and call it a completely finished product, right? Or at least nothing of like scale. Making a music video in Blender or something would be amazing. But yeah, like that is, I mean, honestly, you could do it in VRM posing desktop. Pain in the ass. It would be a pain. It would kind of suck. But you could. Like, if you wanted to stop motion it And like I've animated a car chase in it. Like you can do a lot. Granted, of course, it looked a little choppy and it had some limited animation because I was on a time crunch. Yes. Is it Mappa quality? Sure. Of course not. Oh, come on. What do you think this is? You're put using new technology.
I think it is. You're a singular raccoon.
Yeah, like I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the time in the world. I also don't have all of the animation experience in the world either. So, like It's a high school animation studio, dang it. Yeah. That looks good. Bring it back to Photoshop. Saw a good quote the other day. Use the new technology, but don't believe that it will answer the fundamental questions of your media. Yeah. Like, and this is going to sound controversial coming out of my mouth, like weird coming out of my mouth, but like there is a place for AI tools in art. Like a lot of art programs have AI tools already and have had AI tools for forever. Or at least for like the last 10 years or so, or as but
AI is not inherently the worst thing ever.
No,
it's just how it's being used by the mainstream right now is the worst thing ever.
Gotcha, artists. We don't need to pay you anymore. It's like, fuck you, man. Shove it up your ass, dude. It has a place. It has a reason to be used. Going back to like the 70s with like sci-fi. People were like, artificial intelligence could be used to streamline our lives and shit like that. Or in the 50s, people were saying that, like the house of the future and whatnot. Like the idea, like the ideas of all of this have been around. People have like thought that the tomorrow will be menial tasks automated by artificial intelligence, which I think is true and good. Unfortunately, people are deciding instead to try to automate the things that are worth living for, which is stupid and a bad idea.
Very stupid. And a horrid idea.
Instead of making more time for people to make art and enjoy life and not want to die, instead I think I will make the robots make art and the people make burger. Like, listen, people gotta get paid, right? I agree. The AI utopia in which all menial tasks are replaced with AI doesn't exist in capitalism healthily, because if they replace jobs, then those people don't have jobs. Those people still need to get money, because it's not an appropriate thing to say to your landlord that, oh, whoops, robot took my job, because your landlord, he doesn't actually have a job, and you are the main breadwinner in his family, really. So he's not gonna give a shit, and you're gonna be out on the street because a robot took your job. Like, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. That's just
agreed.
Like it's just the way that it is, really. Is that, like, as much as I would like to, theorize and postulate about how a better world using AI is possible, it currently isn't, because of landlords and other such ideas of capitalism that drain people of their money, alienate people from the things that they need most in life.
Yep. If, like, had, let's see, words forming in brain. Like, the main problem I find with, like, people who are, like, obsessed with AI art is they don't seem to understand the the power behind and joy behind regular art.
Right.
They just see it as like a thing that exists.
Product. Continue to make product.
Yeah, they just see it as a product. They don't see it as like
a process,
as emotions put to page or put to song.
Yep.
They don't realize how dull everything would be if like all of their stories were just evaporated and replaced with whatever an AI churns out. They don't realize how important art really is, so they're just like, just churn it out. If you put it on the internet, it's gonna get stolen anyway. Why do you care so much? And it's like, I care because I care about life. I care about having things to look forward to in life. I look forward to feeling joy.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Pinch, you're using robots to make your 3D models. The chisel and block of marble like a real artist, you faker. Think of all the marble quarry workers you're putting out of business. Shit, I didn't think of it that way. You're right.
Damn, Pinch, you're putting the chiselers out of business.
Damn,
how could
dude.
you?
Yeah, the next Michelangelo is, he's starving right now because of my stupid ass. Hey, this is good. I like this. This works.
And you know what's like both funny and kind of sad? The same person I just described with like, you know, joyless hash brown, not enjoying life and art and just seeing it as product to be mass produced. They're probably the exact same person who like tells the burger worker, it's like, oh, you better get a real job or else the robot's gonna take your job.
It's like,
and it's
dude,
like, first off, fuck you. Second off, burger flipping is a real job, or else how would you get your burger?
Like your stupid ass
I
wouldn't
bet
be
you've
here.
never held a spatula in your life. Third off, controversial take here, but I think, well, in some, obviously not on this channel, not a controversial take, but I think all humans should have rights to a roof over their head.
Wow. That's so,
I
like,
know, right?
horrifying, PK. You better watch out before the CIA gives you their honor in journalism. Their highest honor.
I know, right? I'm
back.
just so bold with my takes.
Yeah, 2 to the back of the head and cause of death is suicide. So, yeah. Yeah.
You'll know what happens to me. You'll remember my story.
Your memory will live on. The real irony is that AI is just copying the style of actual art, so slowly real art to grow and change the medium. By generating art, you're just spinning the wheels of art, lowering the overall quality by bland repetition. People ain't gonna pay for bland repetition if they can find it everywhere. It'll only make real artists more valuable. True, but I'm gonna be real with you, Isaac, and this is gonna sound doomery of me. It's gonna sound doomery of me. It's gonna sound not good of me to say, but I think general audiences are okay with slop. I'm so serious. I think,
considering what Marvel's putting out sometimes these days, I think I agree.
like, I think that especially, like, you know, people aren't dumb. I don't want to say that. But I think people are okay with garbage. Like, garbage sells for one reason or another. Like, and you know, maybe it's just me being a fucking art snob, like I always am, right? Because I'm a fucking asshole. But I think that a lot of people don't think as hard about their art, if you will, about what they consume and like what they like. And you know, I'm not like when we use music as an example. There are so many songs that are on like the radio and like grocery stores and such that sound exactly the same and also bad. Like,
yep.
It's like man, this really is just like no one's gonna remember this 6 months from now. Like, this is not...
Yeah, there's like so many generic like songs that like when they come on, it's just some person just singing about something.
Yeah,
I
just
switched the radio channel. I'm like, please tell me there's something more interesting on one of these other channels.
Yeah, no, like, it's unfortunate. Because it's postured by people with money, it will be consumed because it's what you see. So, like, for example, another example is people complaining about there's no good video games anymore. Video games have gone downhill. Yeah, yes. In the AAA scene, where you're getting advertised them and then you're buying them, if you played an indie game, you would see that it's not quite the case. There are plenty of good ones. There's a bazillion bad ones as well, because that's just how games are. Most of it's bad, just like how art is. Most of it's bad, to be honest with you. It is way easier to make a bad music, games, art, etc. than it is to make good stuff, and that's fine. There's no problem with making bad stuff. But
everything's gotta start somewhere.
I just think it's peculiar to a degree how people are so like okay with consuming stuff that is, I don't want to say like suboptimal, but I also don't just want to taste. I don't want to say like just not to my taste. I think that there are things that I would listen to, for example, that can be kind of measured as subjectively more appreciated by larger groups of people if you actually like talk to them about it. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just me being a snob, I guess. Yeah, no. People are okay with slop, and like that's, good for them if they want that. I personally don't want that. And that's kind of my pessimistic take regarding AI art, is that I think that people and the market is so okay with slop that they're gonna get it eventually, and AI will do it eventually. And of course, this isn't to disparage the work of people in large companies making stuff. I'm sure that they do have a passion for it, and they do have like a reason for wanting to do it. It's completely reasonable too, right? I hope that they are having a lot of fun making it, and they're being compensated appropriate. As long as those two are met, I'm perfectly fine with the existence of it. Hell, I'm even fine with the perpetuation. But I just think we could be like, with the advent of the internet, with the ability to connect internationally so easy, to share so easily, it's weird to me how we have such a disparity in actual movement of genre, if you will. Like, pop music from 2015 sounds very similar to pop music. You know what I mean? Pop music in 1995 sounds completely fucking different. Sounds now. You know what I mean? Like, it feels in a lot of ways that because of like corporatization, we've kind of stopped innovating in some ways, and like a lot of like risks have stopped being taken. Another great,
at least in the mainstream.
And again, at least in the mainstream, and what will get popular and what ideas will be perpetuated. It's like the inherent part of it. But I'll bring up one more example. The band Greta Van Fleet. For anyone who is familiar with their work, you will likely be familiar with the fact that they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. And the reason I would be willing to say, or maybe not I'd be willing to say, that I've seen a lot of people leverage to them, is that they got popular because they're really good at emulating a previously existing and previously beloved style of music, which is to say, Led Zeppelin's. And I don't dislike Greta Van Fleet. I think they've got quite a few good songs, and they do their bit pretty well, and I enjoy them. But I think that they certainly would have had a harder time getting signed if they didn't sound very, very similar to Led Zeppelin and have that kind of immediate connection to something that existed in the past. It's odd that in some ways we have the entirety of the world of contemporary music and art behind us, but in order to actually get in now, you have to have a direct link to something in the past in order to nepotism yourself into the current market. It's just weird. It's weird to me. And unfortunate.
Yeah. As someone, kind of on that note, as someone who, like, I like to watch a lot of, sort of like talent shows, specifically The Voice and America's Got Talent, just because I like the watching people do things and kind of turning my brain off for a little bit. But especially with The Voice, because I've been watching it with my mom and my family since season 3, I noticed that unless someone is insanely, like, off the walls good, like, for the first 2 examples that come to mind being Jordan Smith from season 10 and the most recent winner, Huntley. So unless someone is, like, insanely off the walls good, the winner is either a very young person, cute as a button, or a country singer.
They also never go anywhere.
The industry only, like, super gets changed when someone who's just that good and that different is able to, like, by some luck of the draw, make a splash because they're just so damn good. And then everyone else gets good because they're like what's happening. Not, like, entirely. I do think that there's, like, a good, in certain aspects, like, more of a spectrum to that. Like, I could name a few artists that I would be able to distinguish even if I didn't know a song, like, if a new song of theirs played, I would be able to distinguish them pretty easily. Like, I know, like, I might get some, like, I forgot that point I was just about to say, but there are artists, like, I might get some flack for this one, but I could distinguish, Ed Sheeran from most basic guys with guitars because of his style with some of his songs.
He does have a very particular vocal tone.
Yeah. And also, kind of going back to AI art a little bit, because I have one thing I want to say, but I didn't want to interrupt. As someone who is not an art snob, but also someone who wants to be an independent artist as a living in some way or shape or form, I do have hope that, you know, with how much backlash there is about AI art being used in mainstream things, like, not as references, but, like, as the actual product, like, with the Marvel, what was the show with Nick Fury? Secret Invasion? Yeah, that one. Yeah, like, and the weird ass Thanksgiving dinner AI generated thing Disney put out, and the massive backlash towards that. I do have some hope that eventually even the general public, like, eventually even they catch on to, hey, we like, deserve this sucks, better.
Actually.
Yeah.
Like, that is what I hope as well.
Yeah, artists will, like, scream it louder and scream it longer, but eventually the general public, sometimes in history it takes a little bit too long, but they do eventually catch on and they're like, hey, we deserve better, actually. We're the majority. We could Marie Antoinette this shit, but less violent. Any moment we want.
Right. Like, you just don't have to buy it. You don't have to like it. You aren't inherently
I do have hope that eventually AI will, since, you know, if there's nothing new being made, and AI is nothing but a copy of things that have been made, like a bad remix. Eventually, it'll get to the point where you'll be like, this is too samey, and this is too unsettling. We want something new. We want something innovative again.
Yeah.
And then I just hope it blows up eventually. In a bad way.
I think much the same.
Nuclear explosion type blowing up.
Alright, here, Isaac made a really good point here. In the music scene, when music starts getting bland and generic, indie bands and controversial artists become more popular. The music scene oscillates between pop and indie. Of course, once a new indie style gets popular, the pop music will adjust, and then a new indie style will come around to oppose it. The pop is always driven by money, while the indie is always driven by individual artists. I hope the AI art style will become kind of boring, and artists will change their style to oppose it. That is true. Yeah, no, we do kind of have to assume a look at patterns here, right? My only thing that is like a concern to that end, because I do want to believe that will prevail, and it probably will, but I think that it might take longer than we're maybe used to it taking.
Yeah.
Because of a certain degree of stagnation that I kind of went over a little bit. I think that we are at a point where like a lot of the music industry is very, very, let's emphasize industry. A lot of the industry is very hesitant to
the big corpos
make that kind of change, because especially with like streaming, you can find everything you want in the niche that you want, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, I don't listen to most of that like grocery store pop music because I don't need to, because I have my own playlist of the music that I like, right? So I think that it, like, yes, the music scene cycles about every 20 years, but I think that with the advent of the internet, I think we might be seeing like on a very large scale a slowing down, if you will, because a lot of like homogenization of information and style. Again, I don't believe 100% in this, and this is a theory at best. That I don't have direct evidence to back this up. I just have what I know about the history of contemporary music. But I do think that we've been seeing a stagnation for longer than is usual in the kind of zeitgeist, if you will. Like, think about it. We went from like the 20s in the blues, right? The 20s and 30s in the blues. In the 50s, we got rock and roll out of that. In the 50s, we went from rock and roll, moving to the coexistence of rock and roll, funk music, and various forms of pop music that were influenced by the youthful and sexual nature of rock music of the 50s. And that's like a major change, right? And then, we get to the 90s, and yes, it does cycle again another time, I agree. That's about, again, another 20-year-ish cycle. We managed to get a cool, we get the rap scene emerging out of predominantly, African American traditions of music, and like shit's just, as well as a continued existence of a further maturing rock scene. It's cool how that happens, right? And then in the 2010s, the rock scene kind of began to die out a little bit, or not die out, but become much more underground, and the rap scene blew up to a degree of like significant and unprecedented popularity. And we're beginning to kind of question, what's next? Like, what could be after rap? But without the niche of like rock music holding up the other end. Anyway, the 2010s to now, because we're now further through this cycle of music than not, I don't think we've seen nearly as much change as we would otherwise in 20-year cycles of the past. Do you kind of get what I'm getting at here, Isaac? Like,
yeah, I kind of get what you're getting at here. When I think about like when I was a wee lass to now, it's like the world doesn't entirely feel like it's super changed that much aside from the internet.
Right. Like, okay, like Party Rock could release today.
It could.
It'd be produced slightly differently. And it'd probably have a trap beat on it somewhere. But it could release today. Right?
Yeah. like I feel like on some level, like some things from like the earlier 2000s are more obviously like from early 2000s. Like I immediately think of I think if Kesha happened like in this year instead of when she did happen, it would be much like not like much different, but I don't think she would have 2 full verses, a chorus, and some kind of bridge. I think there'd be 1 chorus, 1 bridge, and then a whole lot of you know what I mean? Like a whole lot more sound effects.
Hello, Slum.
Hello. But yeah, I kind of get what you're getting at. From in this time where the 2 is in front, progression's been a little bit slower in a lot of art forms.
Additionally, another example, and monoskin or main skin, right? Okay, hold on. In my view, the cycles are happening a lot faster because of the reactionary nature of the internet, that leads to a feeling of stagnation. Always a pop scene and indie scene fighting each other instead of one or the other dominating the cycle. This is true. It has kind of changed the nature of it, but I do think that it's changed the nature of like the speed at which it cycles. But because everything is now like a microcycle to where at multiple different times throughout the year we can have things cycle over, it then kind of creates a certain flatness between everything. And like you just said, it leads to a feeling of stagnation. Things aren't completely turning around as much as they used to. You know what I mean? So I think the 20-year point will change this cycle. I think that we could potentially see a 30-year cycle, maybe. Not that I want to, but we could. Or maybe a 25-year cycle. I don't want to be so unoptimistic. But, yeah. Definitely it's kind of turned from a lot of... Like, you get, like, X number of changes. There were, like, 20 changes that led to 20 different things. It is now 100,000 changes, which are leading to, like, 5 major changes over the course of time. Yeah, so that's music. Music's weird these days. Listen to what you want, though. I was using that as an example to say I think that general audiences are okay with slop in some capacities because the pop music existence still remains, like, engine. But then again, payola and whatnot did exist for a very, very long time, as well as significant mob connection. The 20-year cycle half stems from the growth rate of humans. Take about 20 years for teenage artists to listen. That's from really doing pretty sure that kind of music. This is true. This is something that's important to consider. But I think if we purely base it on style as opposed to the like if we examine that within the context of style rather as opposed to the context of people growing up, I think we might observe a slightly different. The 20-year cycle will probably remain in one way or another. And some kind of producer. Right, no, I've seen like 9-year-olds making breakcore. Crazy.
Give a 12-year-old access to Hatsune Miku and who knows what will happen.
Need to get better humans. That's what I'm saying. I want to make now.
We need to reset the settings in the human factory.
I made the thumbnails I wanted to make. Oh, I know. Okay, I have a few things that I need to make for the channel regarding Saoirse here. I have to make a little, like, cute promo image of her for the Discord bio.
Which means we're going to learn the most important thing about her possible. Her favorite food.
Yep.
I love, like, the look of her boots, but I'm just thinking... of how long that would take to lace all of them.
Oh yeah.
As someone who absolutely despises tying their shoelaces. Like I'm a 5-year-old.
I know people who own these Converse.
Who own like boots like these?
Yeah, these they're just Converse but long.
the real reason that she has chronic fatigue is because she has to spend half of the day tying her shoes. Oh wow, and look, it's the room we're in.
That's crazy. And what the hell? Long verse. But I want building and structures. Give me furniture. Maybe I shouldn't have done this in the most crowded room I have already.
Perhaps not. Perhaps we need to make a new room.
It's gonna take forever to load all the... Yeah, actually, yeah, no, I should just make a new room. Close the software. Open it again. So yeah, I just need a good image of... We're just kind of hanging.
Doing her hacker thing. Laptop battery lasts longer than 3 hours challenge. Impossible. So my laptop is pretty powerful, so if that's the price I gotta pay for it's losing battery kind of quickly, I'm willing to pay it. Especially considering the programs I use for schooling. Because let me tell you, Maya and Unreal Engine, it's like their job is to perform a hit on every laptop and computer they're installed on.
Wait a minute, she a Deftones fan? Yeah. You caught that slump. Let's go. You were the first person in a stream to catch that slump. So I will say this out loud on stream because I want people to know about it. So if you saw the most recent like lore event thing, you'll know that she has like a little, like her hacker bio, if you will, is called she calls herself the Owl. That's purely because Diamond Eyes is her favorite Deftones album and it has an owl on it. Like no other nuance.
That's literally the greatest thing ever. Like you can't the
based
or blue this.
That's
It's just straight up because it's her favorite.
I'm trying to get like a good angle for her.
It just kind of randomly made me think to like a post I saw where someone was like, "Oh yeah, the guy behind Evangelion, he just said he like liked that imagery. It didn't particularly mean anything."
Yeah, no, that's some bullshit. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that shit. That is some horse shit. That is some absolute fucking bullshit. Putting a cross behind Shinji's dad, who is a knowing father sending his son to go and sacrifice himself for the greater good, or what is perceived to be a greater good, and having a cross behind him. That is, you can't just, I like the imagery. That's a Christ allegory. That's what we call.
I don't think it was that specifically. I think it was something else. I can't remember the post at all. I just remember it was like, oh yeah, they just said that they just like this. And I was like, you sure about that?
No, like there's biblical imagery literally all over Evangelion. It's called Evangelion, as in evangelism.
Yeah, I don't think, I might have gotten the wrong anime, I think.
Oh no, I've seen that post. It is about Evangelion, but I've seen other posts. I've seen other posts being like, "That's some fucking bullshit, man. There's no way."
But I like that she calls herself the Owl just because she's a massive nerd about this one particular band. I think that's very fun. Very fun thing about her, revealing about her character. She's just a massive nerd.
Yeah. Yeah, this is good. I like this kind of... Marina's trauma, so maybe the imagery is accidental. That's possible. I'm gonna go on Sketchfab and look for some props real quick.
Look for some computers. Ooh, better yet, look for an empty ramen cup. All hackers have to have at least one empty ramen cup on their desk. It's mandatory.
Some Bella Fleck ripoff music. Let me find you what this is. We're hour 37. This is from Gran Turismo 6. This is the song Slow Life with Sunshine.
Some of the songs in Gran Turismo have no right to go as hard as they do.
No, I really didn't expect that series to have as like fun of music as it does, but it's really...
Yeah. Like, whenever I'm doing like work on my computer, I like listen to All My Life all the time. That song goes hard. And every time I'm like, this isn't an anime opening, this is like just some random song you can hear sometimes in a racing sim game. And also, it's not on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's the biggest crime, that I can't listen to it wherever I go. I have to specifically go into YouTube, and I need to be on the internet or using data to listen to it. And I can't, like, it has to be on. I can't, like, turn my phone on sleep.
Let's see. What prompts do I already have?
Oh yeah, Rig knows what's up. Ramen cup or empty Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Gotta let her have a keyboard.
No. She hacks by just staring at the computer super hard.
Telekinetic.
She looks into the computer, and the camera is on a police station. The policeman is sipping coffee. She just goes, make coffee go up like a geyser. And have it conveniently land on the man's phone.
She will have the funny shark.
Hell yeah. Blahaj.
It is her right. Need that alien plush. What? Which one? From IKEA. Oh, okay. I was like, do I have one on my screen? I don't remember there being one. I get you, though. I've seen him. He's cute.
Does IKEA have a dolphin? Like, all of you guys could get sharks, and then I can get a dolphin.
I don't know if they do.
Depressing.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm looking it up right now. List of IKEA plushies. Because I know of the giant bear with the small head, and of course I know of good old Blahaj.
Our boy
But I do not know. Huh?
Our boy Junkelskog.
Junkelskog, is that the bear?
Yeah. BJUNKELSKOG. You want to Blahaj IRL? Let's go.
Woo!
I think I have one coming in the mail. It just hasn't arrived yet. Or something.
Alright, I got the list open. Let's see, they have a whale.
Alright.
Right next to Blahaj. There's the alien slump. There's the alien slump was talking about. I'm sorry, the first half of the alien's name looks like Afton, like William Afton. Like the Afton family from FNAF. It's like AFTON, or the first 5 letters. And then SPARV.
Oh.
Afton Sparv. I like the orca. Oh my god, look, this bunny is a literal beanbag. Like, it's just a blob. It's a blob with a bunny head on it. I'm posting this. Get out of my way, Windows. I'm posting this in the vault right now. Look at this creature. He's just so round. Oh, here's a dolphin.
Okay. Right. We're in business now.
We're in business. I'm not gonna lie, I adore dolphins, but in terms of design, I kind of like the bunny and the orca better.
Okay, now he's just hyping everything.
What can I say? I'm the local hype woman. If I wasn't a ninja, I'd be a cheerleader. Actually, no, I don't like the idea of having to do all those flips and stand on people. My ass was not built for cheerleading. In the physical sense, in the metaphorical sense, very much so, but not in the physical.
She's looking at Yuri manga on her computer. I actually just got this screenshot from Google. I looked up Yuri manga on Google Images.
Well, I hope you enjoy your search history being tainted.
What do you mean? That's already there.
Oh yes, of course.
You gotta know me better than that. Come on.
We've been friends for 2 years, and I don't know you like that already. Like, come on, what am I doing here? Who let me in?
Let's see how this looks from like a lighting perspective. Needs more. Oh yeah, she's gonna also hello Blaze. She's gonna have like funny gamer room.
RGB lights?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, you got the LGBT lights.
Sometimes I do think like maybe like fairy lights would be nice in my room.
They're fun.
Cause like my new room in my new house, I'm in like the basement now, and I just have a small window, so I don't like get natural light down here anymore. And most of the time, I find turning on like regular lights like a little bit more intense than I want. So sometimes I think about like maybe a nice new lamp. Like the lamp I have right now is fine, but it's a good lamp. But sometimes I want more options. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, that is a good... I like this image. This is a good image. There we go.
Yes.
This is appropriate.
Now, the most important question of all. Favorite food?
I don't know yet. I don't know. At least I haven't decided with a degree of certainty.
I'm trying really hard not to lean further into the stereotype and say it's ramen. I'm trying really hard not to suggest that.
I got the stability of smoke, but like doesn't work. Literally live in the dark like a bug otherwise. For a period of like a year, I had like my room in just like the red bisexual lighting. Like I lived in a fucking chamber. Like I lived in hell for like a year. I just never changed the color. I was like, yeah, this is good.
What's the name of that like Netflix show where the poster is like some lady, she's got like glitter on her eye? It's like about teenage angst or something. I know I'm not narrowing it down, but no, it's like half of the shows on Netflix, but this one was actually popular.
Ugh.
But anyway, it's like that. It's like Netflix teen angst show. Red lighting everywhere.
Okay, enchiladas are my favorite foods. I can select multiple small lamps and orange RNGB here. Oh yeah. I gladly perish in bisexual lighting. Yo, who's asking you to do that? I wasn't. Here, we've got character panels.
I know where this is going.
So, chat, by the way, this girl right here is the last character who's gonna be part of like the main crew. You're gonna have to memorize it all for the near future, so don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hit you with another one you have to know next season. we got our main crew for at least a while.
This is the squad. Sometimes I'm not entirely sure, like, my art skills are developing in any way. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I draw hands slightly less garbage than I used to.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's half the battle.
Yep. They're still not good hands, mind you, don't get it twisted. But they're not garbage hands. I'm not, like, desperately trying to hide them any way, shape, or possible anymore. I'm like, yeah, that's a hand. Although it's still within my legal rights to do so, to take advantage of the fact that my character's sweater, the sleeves are canonically oversized and she just rolls them up.
I mean, you gotta make, you gotta make, concessions when you can. You gotta like.
Exactly. Sometimes I don't want to draw hands. I want to draw floppy sleeve physics.
That is not Ava Lucho. Ugh. Had a shiver.
A cold breeze wafts through the room. Also, heads up, you might want to change the background color because that's the same one that you have for Lars.
It's like a slightly different green.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's not different enough, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Maybe you could give her purple? Because she's got red hair, and purple and red are complementary colors.
Are they?
Yeah, they're like across from each other on the color. Wait, no, hold on, that's purple and yellow. I got them mixed up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, it's red and green that are across from each other.
Which I mean,
I still find red and purple a very lovely color combo anyway.
It's a nice combination in moderation. I'll do this like a bright green then. I'll be
perfect.
Now we need to write her flavor text. Let's see. What should I say? There we go, we're getting sad in this bitch.
It's time for depression.
It was only a matter of time until I started.
Character creators, try not to make a character with a sad backstory challenge. Impossible.
It cannot be done. It cannot be done.
It cannot be done.
But better yet, I refuse to do it. I will not be doing it.
I remember seeing like a thumbnail for a video once that was like, stop giving, like, ditch the tragic backstory. How to make your characters interesting without making them horribly depressed. Like, yeah, that's probably good writing advice, but also, no.
I will do what I fucking want.
Exactly, I'll do what I want.
You can't stop me. What are you gonna do? Undepress them? I've already given them trauma, you idiot.
What are you, the writing cops?
Let's see. So now, here, character panels. Boom. There we go. And then we're gonna move this up. And yeah. Oh wait. It looks a little wrong. Wrong with it. Me secretly giving all my characters all the mental illnesses I do. Damn, you right for that.
So true. What's writing if not just cheaper therapy?
God fucking damn it. Why is it, like, cropping wrong? Annoys me. Grr.
Grr.
Okay. Figure out how to... Go to a image scaling website. Okay, hold on, wait, I need it like to be a very specific size.
You wanna know what's kind of even funnier with the whole giving your characters trauma thing? The fact that, you know, us all being VTubers and writing VTuber lore, it's like, ha, I'm gonna put this bitch through so much. Wait.
So, wait.
This bitch is new.
Wait.
Wait, hold on a second!
Wait a second. That's not what I wanted.
Now this is just turning into actual therapy.
Man, shit. I didn't even mean to do this. I didn't mean to do any sort of funky, you know, therapy with more steps, unpacking myself. There we go. Now if you scroll down and are on PC, you will see all 6 of our main characters.
Yippee!
And then it's also a 7th, technically, but I haven't really done anything with him yet. So don't worry about it. You don't need to know for now.
Pretend you don't see.
And, like, you should pretend you've seen it. Because he was in a video. And you're supposed to remember that eventually. But not now. You don't need to know now. I'll get around to it. Okay, now what? Let's see. Ugh. Oh no, because you could do the same punch for your shoulder with a super fucking dog or something. Dude, for real. At least you get benefits that way, right? You're like, oh,
Exactly. At least you get like cool powers.
I'm silly now.
At least you get to punch the manifestation of your fears in the face.
For real, my bad. No, that's funny. Ah, you're good. You're good.
You're good. That's good soup.
What now? Oh! Here's one more thing I gotta do.
One more thing on the hit list.
I gotta make the art scroll for the OBS background.
Yes. Gotta fill it with British and Irish people. Or something.
Yeah.
And don't you also usually recreate a piece of like famous art from X place but with you?
I do. I should do that. Fuck. Okay, so I guess we got 2 more things to do.
2 more things to do?
Introduces physically therapeutic. Yeah. Okay, so... Oh, here, let me actually show what I'm doing again. Did I not ever save this? God damn it. Of course I didn't.
Frick.
Alright. Fine. Just need to find a PNG of like a wall or something.
How will we ever find that?
Of course, it's a fucking WebP file. God damn it.
Nothing but WebP files in this goddamn lawless wasteland. Like, this is gonna sound weird, but it wasn't until I was in college just last year, like started going to college, that I learned what WebP files were. I somehow managed to go my whole life only like downloading JPEGs and PNGs. Like I never had to deal with that. And now it's like WebP files are just everywhere, and I'm like, where did you come from? What is this? What is this WebP format?
Yeah, I getcha. I think Google changed somewhat. Legitimately, I think they used to suppress that kind of thing. But I think their searches, their whatnot has changed. Let's look at some art. We got art to look at. Let's get. Oh, I can also, while I'm here. Okay, listen, guys. Hey, I'm gonna say something, and you have to agree with me, okay? If I'm looking at this stuff and I accidentally show a titty, you can't be mad, okay? No one make a big deal about it. Alright?
We're all adults here.
Twitch and YouTube, they don't have to know. Alright? This is all appropriate art. If a titty accidentally shows, that's okay. Don't get your panties in a twist, alright? We're all adults here. We'll be fine. As long as no one is a cop.
As long as no one's in park.
Here I'm, So she's alive. Oh, that's nice. So I've also, kind of slacked off on, excuse me. Big assumption about how I feel about Tibby's pinch. I know. Be strong. That's right. Yeah, I've been kind of slacking with my Right, Anne Zahalka is a Austrian artist. Put her in the Austria folder.
You said you've been slacking with your, and then you never finished the sentence.
Oh, I guess I mumbled the rest. So I usually label it all really, like really dedicatedly, I suppose. Like I always I give the artists I give them all a really like big. What the fuck am I saying? I list the year they were born and the year they died, and then their name, and then I put them in a folder according to where they were most active. So Artus Scheiner here was born 1863, and then he lived to 1938, comma, Artus Scheiner, and he was Czech. So he's from the Czech Republic. Do I have anything for that? I don't. Of course, when he was alive, it wasn't necessarily the Czech Republic, it was Bohemia, but whatever. Or it was Bohemian. But anyway. But here's a bunch of art that I've been meaning to categorize that I haven't. Who is Emma Gil Ramirez? Oh. Seems. Oh, she's like a. Okay, she has an Instagram. Like, this is like a contemporary artist. Oh, he has an Instagram.
An artist that's still alive?
Not only that, but like young. Ash, 20,000, right? 20,019. Thanks for following. I believe this fellow is just American. They don't really have a lot of information about them, so okay, we'll just. Let's see. Early category. Domenico Tintoretto. Let's check him out. An Italian painter. 1560 to 1635. Random art analysis. Oh shit, that redeem hasn't been used in a while. Yeah, let's find one. Why not?
Let's go!
A little loud on my. Turn it down a touch. Let's see. Oh, that is a titty right there. Actually, I know for a fact that's a titty. Let's try to find one. Or, find some art that I would have a take on. Getting spotted. I'm sorry.
Don't tell Dad.
It'll probably be fine. How about... Oh man, this is an awful quality. This is really in terrible quality. That's unfortunate. Man. It's always so hard to choose, you know? You got one in mind, Isaac? You know, I think I'm actually gonna do... I'm gonna do the art scroll thing, like, tomorrow. But I'm still gonna do the... Guys, don't spray TF2, which is most fix by computer.
The recreation?
Yeah, probably... You know, I'm gonna do both of those things tomorrow. I don't really want to I just don't want to dig through a bunch of English and Irish art right now.
That's fair.
And I got time tomorrow. They're gonna be a Yayoi Kusama. Off the top of my head, no? Yeah. Yayoi Kusama. Oh. Oh, she's the polka dot lady! There's a lot of art installations. Yeah, she's goofy. I do know of her work.
She's really cool. I like her.
Yeah. Man, she's still alive. She's 94 right now. That's neat.
Good for her.
Huh. I should... You know, I'm gonna look to maybe do something with her. I'm just gonna save her page to somewhere and I'll remember it. Okay. Just you know, as a little notation.
Yeah.
I went to our art exhibit years back. Best fingers. Oh, neat. Very neat. Yeah, so Yayoi Kusama is an abstract and contemporary artist who does a lot of like sculptures and art installations. And to give a little bit of a lowdown, Wikipedia says that her art shows some attributes of feminism, minimalism, surrealism, art brut, pop art, and abstract expressionism. It's infused with autobiographical, psychological, and sexual content. She has been acknowledged as one of the most important living artists to come out of Japan. The world's top-selling female artist, and the world's most successful living artist. Damn. Pretty neat. Yeah, off the top of my head, I was not familiar. I've not been, like, super engaged with her work at all. But, I was always like, oh yeah, polka dot lady, I know her. Let's find a piece, though. Really quickly, for... Oh, here we go. Actually, we're gonna do one that I just categorized from. Please open it. This, she really went through it back in the day. Yeah, her mental health problems were listed on her Wikipedia. Which, like, damn. So.
Damn, you know you got mental health problems if it's on your Wikipedia
is
page.
Like, dude. So here we'll be discussing the work of Domenico Tintorero. That is a Renaissance era Italian painter who was from Venice. So, you know, he had no excuse to suck because he was from the greatest fucking art place in the world. Which you could say, like, oh no, it's Florence. Is that a titty? No, it's not. I think we're good. That better not be. That better not be. Otherwise, I'm like kind of fucked a little bit. I I got away with it in Blood Rain when they showed a little bit of titty. It's fine. Anyway. So, this is the piece, the Penitent Madeline, or Magdalene, or, Italian shit. Of course, we immediately see these influences from religious art. This is a... okay. So this is religious art, right? We can immediately gather that there's an image of Christ to the left, but we see slightly more macabre imagery in a lot of ways, which I believe is to sort of place her in this position, like this darkness, if you will, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, I believe, is intended because, again, religious art is not my forte, admittedly, because I am not religious. So I'm really just taking a lot of things at secondhand value, as opposed to like the way that a lot of people kind of were intended to view it, which is like, this is a person who you know immediately, and you are aware of, and this is just imagery to accompany that. Like, it's fan art. It's fan art. But so the Penitent Magdalene is like this specific image and idea of imagery is regularly referenced in a lot of Renaissance art, as well as some medieval art as well, as she is a post-biblical character, right? Who was something of a follower of Christ, I believe. Okay, she was a witness to his crucifixion and resurrection. She was someone who's present in the Bible. And I think so right, it's called the Penitent Magdalene, or Magdalene. And we see, of course, her kind of in this dark, macabre scene in many ways, looking up toward the light of the heavens, continually aware of like what has been done in her past and what she was once privy and I am stumbling over my words this evening. But what she was privy and complacent in, and she's repenting for it. That's, she's penitent. She's looking up, Lord above, and she is praying at the very least. Maybe she's doing some sort of confessional straight to God, as opposed to a priest. But then again, she's not Catholic, so I guess that wouldn't really make sense anyway. But in some ways, I would like to attribute this in some ways to the practice of chiaroscuro, is the practice of like really, really dark darks that was seen with a lot of Caravaggio work, which we do have a piece by Caravaggio of the same thing, which is one of the most interesting things about Renaissance art to me is that so many people were commissioned to make pieces depicting the same scenes or very similar scenes, and it's always interesting to see how these artists would place their own spin on things and how their compositions would differ, how their interpretations would differ, because they are in many ways the eclectic groups of the time. So it's a snapshot into counterculture of a time to a degree, despite the fact that of course, they were perpetuating the culture to begin with. So they were both the derivative and the counter to it in a lot of ways. So it's always interesting to look at Renaissance art from that angle, in my opinion. But yes, so of course we see a character doing her thing, being penitent, being very remorseful for her past, and otherwise being a good God follower, being a good stan of God, if you will. Doing her thing despite shit being shitty near her potentially. She's looking up the light of the Lord, providing her hope. But let's look at the.
I really like the details on the hair. I think that's really impressive.
That is very nice, yes. The yeah, they sell that really well.
In the background, like just behind the Jesus cross there, that like it almost looks like a, you know, like the stereotypical depiction of like death, the Grim Reaper and such.
Yeah, it looks a very.
It kind of looks like a meme almost of like death, like screaming up into the heavens, like "I'll get you next,
Yeah,
God."
I think it's like a tree, but like it definitely is a imposing piece within the background. I'm not entirely positive. Actually, although I'm not sure, it looks too much like a corpse.
Mm-hmm. Like Skeletor being like, "I'll get you next time, Jesus."
But like that looks like a branch to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then this could feasibly be a branch, but also looks like a skull vague. But regardless, though, it is it's very outstanding imagery, or not even from like the this is a good thing way, but more so the like it stands out, like very literally it stands out.
Mm-hmm.
It's also just a very like compositionally this is a very nice piece in that I don't think there's too much happening, you know. There isn't.
Yeah, it feels like the message of the art is like straightforward, like not like straightforward like in a bad way, like there's not so much going on that you're confused as to what the purpose of the painting is.
Right. And the detail of the items within frame are enough to sell it, but not so much as to distract from the main point. Like, back here, there could have been another thing, but that would have kind of fucked with the composition in my... Like, the leading line here, right, we'll see whoop, then up her shoulder, through her face, her eyes, she's looking up, light of God. Like, rays going in, light of God. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're drawn to look at and drawn to follow her example. So, again, it's religious art. It was made for the purpose of being religious art, and you could write actual dissertations on any given piece of religious art for a multitude of reasons. The least of which being actual like religious and theological study, which I unfortunately do not have a background in, so I cannot give you as strong as a analysis to that degree, but alas, we ball. I'm sure I could, if I'd read the Bible and specifically paid attention to this character, I could probably point out a few specific things in relation to like these items here. I'm sure that they have some degrees. It's like, what's that skull? Why is there a skull there? I don't know. I can imagine why there's a cross there. She witnessed the crucifixion of Christ. That could straight up be him. Like, that probably is him. Off in the distance, she's like, this fucking sucked, man. God, you gotta fix this shit. Or whatever the fuck she's saying. Or assuming that this is... I think that's
exactly what she said, word for word.
Yeah, assuming that this is Christ, right? Let's assume that this is Christ based on the fact that we do know, based on the very, very minimal research I did on the character.
Yeah, that's definitely, like, there's no mistake in it. That's definitely Jesus, because as someone who has, read parts of the Bible, because I am Christian, it does say in the Bible that basically he gets a little crown of thorns put on him and a little tablet is nailed specifically to his cross by one guy that specifically dead because he realized, that was the Son of God being put on the cross right there.
Okay, so it's like...
So that is Jesus.
It's like, yeah, no, this is not a replica or anything. There's too much specific detail for it to be such a thing. In which,
Yeah.
you know, we don't usually things like that.
It might not have been like a thing of thorns, but there was definitely something put on Jesus's head.
Oh, I think
during...
it is the crown of thorns. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that at the very least. But yeah, no, so this does kind of change the context of the scene for me, because this is, you know, presumably the evening afterward, in which she is kind of, you know, witnessing the corpse of the person who she followed, to a degree, and is maintaining her continued, you know, like, belief, if you will, in the Lord by repenting. And considering that, you know, she was a follower of Christ, she was in some capacity potentially complicit in the betrayal of Judas. So she could potentially be repenting about that as well. Again, I don't know everything. I know a few things, which I could give theories about, but don't take it completely. The art's good. The art's good, and it fits in with Renaissance sensibilities, very much so. Placing a lot of emphasis specifically on high contrast between background and character, softness of skin, attention to anatomy, and a composition that highlights the Lord in one way or another. So yeah, there's the analysis in a few words, based on that information. All right, that was fun.
Yeah.
In a minute since I did one of those, I was a little rusty. I gotta say. Like, oh.
That was pretty good for being rusty, though.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I haven't done this in a while. I don't really have any off the top of my head. Anyway. I think with that, I've been as productive as I want to be for now. Alright, folks. Yeah. I'm getting tired, so let's get ready to raid out.
Yep.
I think, yeah. That's the move. Fine. Ooh, is... We got... Yeah. Oh, I know who we're raiding. We're raiding motherfucking Crompeldong, dude.
That is a great name.
I love that name. Crompeldong is currently drawing, it seems. So please go ahead and send him some love from me and from you. He is a very silly raccoon, just as I am. I will see you all later. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming the night after that. We'll be starting Sly 3. We hope to see you there, if you are available. Crompeldong. Yeah, of course. Thank you very, very much yet again. I will see you all when I see you next. I've been Pinch, you've been delightful. Have a great night. And
good night, everybody!
check your pocket, by the way.